Hi everyone, it's the Comic Fan Man here, and before we start this Random Figure Friday video, I did want to take the time to thank everyone for supporting the channel. We've just reached 500 subs, and for me that's amazing. I am so happy and grateful to everyone who has been joining me on this fun little hobby, and I look forward to putting out more videos, and hopefully we'll get some more subs. But in the meantime, let's get to this Random Figure Friday video. And once again, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. It's really appreciated for the 500 subs, and hopefully we'll get 500 more. All right, let's get this video going. Hi everyone, it's the Comic Fan Man here, coming at you with another video. And as you can see here, we finally got the Black Edition Medieval Spawn from the Kickstarter. And yeah, let's slide this out and see what we got here. Just take this off here. Take this out, there's the box. Out here, shake, and there it is. A Medieval Spawn Black Edition box. Look here. There's the green foil for the Black Medieval Spawn. All right, so here is the front slip cover of the box. As you can see, Medieval Spawn. Collectible action figure. It's got the nice metallic green foil here. Turn it to the side. You got the Spawn logo there. Nothing on the back. And on the side, a big old Medieval Spawn. Very cool. And of course, you just slide this out of the box, and look at that beautiful work on the inside there. It's got the matte black with the varnish black, making the sword and shield logo. It's got this nice ribbon here for the opening. We'll get to that in a minute. And on the back is the same. Side nothing. Excuse me. Let's open her up. See what we got inside. There you go, everyone. This is what we've waited for. It's got the excuse me, the Masterworks certificate signed by Mr. Todd McFarlane himself. Nothing on the back, just the front. Very cool. And we have some little plastic guards here over the accessories. Really nice. And on this one as well. Oh, nice. Look at that. And then it's got all the accessories on the inside. And of course, we have the packaging and the figure here. So let me just pull this all out, and then we'll get to unboxing the figure. All right, so here's the figure in the plastic shell here, and these are all the kind of stickers that he had on the vintage toy here. The world record breaking comic book. Says reposable action figure, special edition comic book, mighty shield and evil slaying sword there. All right, let's open this up. So it looks like you just pop this open here. Yes, there you go. And then this is where you pull out the comic. Very nice. Let's take a look at the comic first in the foil there, and it just slides right out. And this is actually not a comic book. This is actually a book of the art from some of the splash pages, more or less, from his appearance in the comics throughout the years. Very nice. Really, really cool artwork there. All of these are either splash pages or covers that featured Medieval Spawn. Very nice. Love it. All different styles of artists. And then, of course, this was the terrible Medieval Spawn retail release that they did last year. But this looks really cool. Coming in 2025, the first issue of Medieval Spawn. So it looks like finally McFarlane is actually going to do a proper Medieval Spawn comic. And then here are the figures during the Kickstarter. This was all during the initial announcements for the Kickstarter. Yeah, this was that figure. Unfortunately, didn't really have much on it. And then this is the Kickstarter. This is the blue version. Really nice. Very nice photography, and I guess these were designs of the original Medieval Spawn. So that's the art book slash comic book that it comes with, which is very cool. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. Oh, very nice. He did do a double clamshell, which is not something he normally does. Oh, it's taped. All right, give me a minute and I'll pop all the stuff out. All right, so I cut the tape now. Now we can pop him out, and there he is. Medieval Spawn. Oh, looks like he wants to slide out. Let me just take his stuff out here. This part of the shell back in its case. Now let's take the figure out. Really nice. Very nice. Love the way he feels already. And oh, okay, that's the magnetic. Pop it on, pop it off, as Uncle Todd said during his Kickstarter videos. Let's get this stuff out. He's got more random plastics in here. Here is the double pegged Medieval Spawn stand, and wonderful. Look at his, this is his sword. Fantastic. And this is his shield. Love the look of that. All right, so here he is out of the package, the black Medieval Spawn. And as you can see, I took off his cape because I wanted to show you the figure without the cape first. But before we do that, obviously, I do go over the accessories first. So while we're doing the accessories, we might as well talk about his cape. And I gotta say, this cape design is beautiful. I love the texturing, the weathering that they did here. I know it would have been better for it to be a fabric cape, but this is actually really, really very nice. The way they did the little sculpting here, the details along the edge of the cape. That is really beautiful, all of that embroidery design, and it goes all through the cape. Really nice. And the inside has a darker wash than the outside of the cape, so it really gives it some dimension to it. Beautiful, beautiful cape. And it's got the Spawn collar. Very, very nice. I love the look of the cape there. Obviously he's got a ton of accessories to go over, so we'll just go over them very quickly. Here is his very large Spawn shield. Again, another beautiful design here. A little Spawn logo here on the bottom there. All of this texturing that's done in here, the steel gunmetal look there. Beautiful work. And on the back side, it looks like it's all like wood paneling with reinforcement barbs in there. And this is where you slide his hand through, and as you can see, he's got the magnet for the shield there. We'll slide his hand through there, and this pegs back in. It's got little peg holes, so like once you get his arm through there, you just peg it back. Beautiful. Love this shield. Very nice. And of course, this is his regular Spawn shield. Lovely as well. All wood paneling with the steel plating on it, and then leather wraps around the edge there. Now, originally I thought that this shield was just a redo of this shield, but as you can see, very, very different sizes. Completely different. The design is very much the same, but yeah, it is a different design shield. It's not a reuse. I thought that was just a reuse of that shield, but it's not. Inside, steel bars, wood paneling, nice finish to it, and the same idea. You pick up the straps, use the little magnet to lock it onto his hands, and then you pop the straps back in. And beautiful. Another shield. Very well done there. And this here is the old ball and chain. The flail. The handle is beautiful. Very well done with the sculpture and detail, and so is the ball. Really nice gunmetal finish. Nice attachment. Real steel chain. Very cool, and yes, very spiky. And then here is another weapon, the Morning Star Mace here. Beautiful design. Look at all of that intricate work in there with all the spikes and the paint and the finish. Very well done. It's got the little piece on the pommel there, and you pop this off so you can slide this into his hand. Then you pop the pommel back. I believe, yeah, this is like a little skull. Very cool. And these are the magnetic gauntlets that come on the figure. You see the magnets on the inside, but look at the beautiful detail that they did on this thing. Nice finish, nice wash, great paint detail. Very much a callback to the classic McFarlane figures from 2000. Yeah, look at that. That is stunning. What a beautiful little piece of sculpture that's just for his small armor. And then these were the extra ones that we got with the figure, just to give him more classic style armor. And again, it's got the magnets here so that it pops on, pops off. Beautiful design. Very classic Spawn there. This is the sheath that came wrapped around him. Nice work on the belt here. You see he's got a little Spawn skull there, another Spawn skull there, the buckle, and nice intricate work in here in the sheath, along with these wraps and a little brass tip there. And yeah, he leaves this slightly open so you can slide the sword in. I don't really like that look. I don't know why they do that. This is for his other sheath for like a medieval Batman. He did the same thing, but I guess it helps the sword not stick into the sheath, so I guess it's okay. So that's his sheath. Oh, and the inside has a little bit more of that bronzy finish. Yeah, it would have been nice to have this go all the way around. I don't know why they couldn't do that. Here is the small axe. And again, you can see wonderful finish, great sculpting, beautiful painting. There's a nice blend there between the gold and the silver wraps here. And a beautiful Spawn logo for the pommel. Look at that, stunning, stunning. Really nice. And this blade here has got so much like little intricate detail going on in there. Really beautiful. And that leads us into the big axe, the oversized axe. This is fantastic. Look at that. Let's start from here. He's got a spear tip along with the double-bladed battle axe, gunmetal, this nice wine burgundy red there, looks like dragon wings. Beautiful sculpting there. The other side is the same. Yeah, it's the same exact design. Then you got the wraps that go all the way down here. Beautiful work there. And then down at the bottom, metallic pommel. And again, this looks like a little demon face down on the bottom here. Is that upside down? I can't really tell. Detail is really small. But again, you take off the pommel hilt so that you can slide it through his hands. Then you just put it right back. Beautiful battle axe. Love that. And then this is a scimitar sword here. Really beautiful. Great sculpting, great painting. I like McFarlane can do this for his figures. I don't know why they just refuse to do it. I know they got to keep the cost down at some points, but come on. Like this shows like there's a lot that they leave on the table for their figures. And the pommel here, again, nice little Spawn skull there. Now that brings us to his chest plates. These are the extra chest plates. So here we have the one with the skull on it. Really nice. I like that gold blend into the silver again. With the, he's got these little skull teeth. Beautiful little chest plate. And then he's got this one, which is the all silver with the gold logo there. And I believe this one is a callback to the medieval Spawn like Cagliostro figure. I'll show you that later, but this kind of looks like that chest plate that Cagliostro has on that Cagliostro figure. So I think that's a nice little callback to that. And of course, for his cape, he comes with these two different like accessories here to lock in the cape. He's got these skull and chain, and over here he's got the Spawn logo and chain. Very, very cool. Like the way that looks. Can't wait to use that. And then I almost forgot about this sword. This is another sword that the sword that was actually in the box. And as you can see, a lot of beautiful detail work there in the blade, in the guard. Beautiful detail work there in his little pommel. And of course the pommel again, you can take out the little pommel and you slide it back in. Yeah, really beautiful little piece here. Then of course he also comes with these extra hands here. Weapon holding hands, I guess. Well, this one's not really a weapon holding hand, but this is kind of like a magic, calling down magic. This one is a trigger finger course, a medieval knight needs a trigger finger because we all know he's out there blasting people. And then he comes with these little Spawn skulls. And I am happy to have these little hamburger heads. I got plans for these bad boys. This is the closed mouth one. And then this is the screaming one. Love it, love it, love it. I think that looks fantastic. Look at the inside of his mouth. Really crazy looking. Wanda! As Al Simmons would be screaming all the time. Love that. And then this one is what he referred to as the Viking helmet, or the Valkyrie style helmet. And this is the one that opens and closes to show you that he's got a face on the inside. Wonderful looking detail and paint. And on his helmet too, like he's got a lot of wonderful detail and paint. Like there's a little bit going on the inside there. Let's see if I can bring over some light there so you can see. Yeah, look at that. That looks a lot better. Wonderful. And then on the helmet itself, it's a wonderful little gunmetal here. But look at all of that detail. And it's beautiful. And it also kind of has like a little bit of a gold tips on there. Like it's not just all gunmetal gray. All that wonderful work. I got plans for that helmet. This is the soft squishy helmet that goes over the naked face. But look at the detail on this. He's got little damned souls on the mask there. Really beautiful. I mean, this very much looks like a H.R. Geiger style armor. And then finally, we have the Spartan helmet. Yes, the Spartan helmet looks fantastic. This is amazing. Look at all of this crazy detail on there. Crazy sculpting. He's got Spawn logos all in the brim there. The face is hiding back there. You can see the green eyes. Gunmetal steel again. Wonderful. All right, and now let's, that was all of his accessories. Now let's take a look at the figure himself here. And first thing I'm going to say, he does have all of the current modern McFarlane articulation, but he also has the classic McFarlane's paint finish. Look at this. This was hiding under the cape here. Look at this. This is absolutely dynamic right there. Look at all of that. That is for sure like a H.R. Geiger style painting. You can't tell me otherwise. I like the chainmail that they did there. And you can see the magnetic pieces here. The shoulder pauldrons are really cool. They're on their own little joint here, on this part of the butterfly joint, and really nice and easy to move. Look at all of that detail there on his helmet there. I gotta bend this ear in a little bit and then heat it up, bend it that way, and then put it with cold water so that it stops bending out. But oh my goodness. McFarlane Toys really did an amazing job with this figure. Look at all that. Like there's detail everywhere. Like the more you look, the more you find. And I love it. It is stunning. All the way down into the legs. Again, all regular articulation, double jointed knees. Double jointed arms. Very good. And he's got these little plates on the back of his leg with these plates on the front. Really nice. Look at that skull there. Beautiful. He's got it on this side as well. The chains only are on the front. It doesn't go all the way to the back here. That would have been nice, but didn't go that far. He's got a goat kneecap over here. And over here, he's got a skull with spikes on that plate. Look at the Spawn logos he's got going down the leg with all of this beautiful, again, intricate work. On this side, it's just spikes. This is much smaller than the normal Spawn big boot that he does, but I'm okay with that. And on this side, two little skulls. Look at all the intricate work on this boot. Beautiful. And the sculpting and the paint goes all the way around the back. Really, really, really amazing. Love it, love it, love it. And the chest plate, again, it's magnetic. You just pop this off. Then you just pop on the next one. Look at that. Perfect, perfect fit. Pop this one off. All right, I found the silver one. Here we go. Boom. I don't really like that one all that much. I think it's just too much silver. Not enough. Like if he would have put like a little bit of red in here, McFarlane Productions would have put a little bit of red in here somewhere, I think it would have looked better. But it's all right. You know, it is what it is. I do say I think I'm going to keep this one on there simply because of the detail that's in here. It's really like, I might switch out the skull from time to time, but I think this is the one that I'm going to leave on there mostly because it's just beautiful, beautiful work there. All right, so that's the figure himself. And I think I gotta say, the one critique that I have of this figure, it does make me wish that I had bought the blue one, simply because it is a flat black. To me, that's the one disappointing aspect of this figure, is that it's just a flat black. I was hoping that they were gonna do some of the like silver dry brush on his scales, but unfortunately they didn't do that. They just left it a flat black. And the blue one, in that aspect, definitely the blue one looks better because it's not just a flat blue, it's a blue with some washes on it. So if I had to do this all over again, knowing what I know now, I would have gotten the blue one instead of the black one. But you know, overall, the detail, the paint, the sculpting is pretty amazing. And I have big plans for all of these accessories. So let's get this going and let's put up a medieval Spawn army. All right, so here are my Cagliostro figures. And I just wanted to show you, this was that silver plate. As you can see, it definitely looks more like this armor than it does for the armor of the medieval Spawn. This definitely looks more like this. So you know, it's a nice callback, but I really wish they would have just at least painted this red just to make it look like the red, the chest plate of medieval Spawn. So yeah, I think this is a callback to these figures. All right, so here is my medieval Spawn using almost all of the accessories that he comes with. And yeah, I was able to make a whole like medieval Spawn army here. Looks really fantastic. First, let's look at him alongside his original brethren. This is the original medieval Spawn. There was a black version of it, and he does look fantastic. So as you can see, he goes really, really well together. So that was version 1 medieval Spawn. And excuse me, here I have I used the Spartan helmet on the future state Superman, along with this spear tipped axe here to make him look more like a Spartan from 300. I think that came out really good. So that's neat. Here we have the medieval Batman. I switched out the head. I gave him the regular zombie head, so that way I can put the mask on him. And as you can see, the silver works really well with this armor. And having the Morning Star and the flail here, yeah, that looks really awesome. Excuse me. Here is another metal Batman, and I put the Valkyrie head on him, along with the sword and the sheath here. And I also gave him another sword here, so he can be a dual wielding medieval Spawn. Very cool. Flip the helmet up. Love it. And then of course here I have the King Spawn figure, and I put the screaming head on him to make him look like Al Simmons screaming out for Wanda. And I put the big axe on him. And this is the figure that I plan on putting the medieval cape on. I definitely want to put the medieval cape on this figure here. I think that's going to make him look like a nice finished Spawn there. So this is going to be a little bit of a project, because I'm going to drill some holes there, so that way I can use these Spawn logo pegs there to just clip it in and hold it in place to make him a classic looking Spawn with the cape. I think that's going to be fun. And then of course here is the medieval Spawn with my King Grayskull cape, giving him a fabric cape with bendy wires and a nice fur pelt on the top. I think that looks fantastic. This is the sword from medieval Spawn 2, the great sword, because again, I did not order the 3-pack, so in order to get the great sword from medieval Spawn, you had to order the 3-pack. But I think this is a fantastic great sword for him, and he holds it wonderfully with the Spawn shield on this end. And I put back the armor piece that he originally came with, but it's really nice. I can take that, switch it out for this one. Boom. Very cool. Take that, switch it out for this one. Boom. Nice classic Spawn gauntlet look. Or I can use this one. Bam. Give him a nice silver finish for that gauntlet. And there he is. He looks fantastic. Love it. And again, all the detail, the sculpt, the paint. Again, the only thing that I could say that's missing here is just like a silver dry brush over the chain armor, just to make him look a little bit more like armor, like medieval armor. Here, let's take a look at just medieval Spawn 2, and you'll see what I mean. Like if they would have just did like a little bit of a silver wash here, like they did here, that just would have been really nice to like bring up the detail of his armor. But yeah, he doesn't have it. But again, I'm happy with the figure. But had I to do it over again, I probably would have gotten the blue version instead, because the blue version definitely had a couple of different washes on it just to make it like really pop. And that's the only thing that I feel that this figure is missing. All right, so here he is. I drilled in the holes and I plugged in the cape, and now I have a classic screaming head Al Simmons Spawn. I think this looks fantastic. I'm so happy with the way this came out. And yeah, now to have him in there alongside Medieval Spawn, I think it looks great. Yeah, I think this cape looks wonderful. I really dig the paint, the details on it. So I think it goes really well with this one. Even though the red is a little bit more wine, I think it's fine, it's close enough. And yeah, the pegs are just holding the cape in place now. Looks fantastic. Since McFarlane actually did a Batman Spawn crossover, I wanted to see if I had a figure that I can do a medieval Batman crossover with medieval Spawn. Let's see which figure I selected here. All right, so here is my Spawn Batman crossover in the medieval times. And as you can see here, I am using the VToys Knight of War figure. Obviously, I could have used any of the medieval Batman McFarlane figures that I have, but I am currently using them to grow my medieval Spawn army. So, but this is a fantastic figure. He's got paint, sculpt, and he looks like he goes really well. Like the finishes looks like they would line up really well together. So yeah, a lot of YouTubers have referred to him as the medieval style Batman. And yeah, I'm going to put them on the shelf together and have them do battle. A Spawn Batman crossover in medieval times. Looks great. All right, so this is what he's going to be looking like standing on my shelf. The Black Edition Medieval Spawn Kickstarter. And again, I think he looks fantastic. I think the fact that he came with all of these accessories that let me create all of these figures through kit bashing is wonderful. And of course, my favorite of these are the 300 Spartan soldier and the Screaming Al Simmons here. I think this looks fantastic. And yeah, the sculpting, the paint, the finish. I mean, this figure is the perfect blend of the modern day McFarlane articulation and the vintage McFarlane paint finishes. This is just a perfect blend of both of those, and that's, I believe, what we've always wanted as McFarlane figure collectors. At least that's what I've always wanted. You know, a lot of McFarlane figures are hit and miss for me. I do like his fantasy aesthetic when McFarlane Toys does fantasy stuff. Normally I will get those. I don't really do like the DC hero type stuff, simply because I just feel like, I don't know, they don't always come out that great. Unless it's Batman for some reason. He really does a fantastic job with Batman, but I have not, outside of the Christopher Reeves and Henry Cavill Superman, I still have not gotten a really good Superman from McFarlane Toys. In any case, this is the second Kickstarter for McFarlane Toys, but I did not get the first Kickstarter from McFarlane Toys. And you know, if you got the first one and you love it, you know, I'm glad. I really like, you know, not that I want to like disparage or make you feel awkward or anything. Like, you know, you got it, enjoy it. But for me, I didn't see the value in getting that one because I just thought it was way too expensive for what McFarlane Toys was offering. Especially with the fact that the Spawn himself was kind of locked into a position. I know that he did have articulation, but his body looks weird if you articulate it because he already sculpted it into a certain position. And really, like, the only thing I saw of fantastic value was the cape. And the reason for that is because just before that Spawn Kickstarter, he released this one, and this one came out shortly thereafter. And these are fantastic, and I think these look actually better than the Kickstarter Spawn. So I didn't see any reason for me to get the Kickstarter, the first one. And you know, with this one, like I said, he came with all of these accessories that I was able to make 4 different characters. So the value is there, and all of the accessories are sculpted and painted and wonderful. And you know, the only things that I adjusted here was giving him the great sword from Medieval Spawn 2, simply because you needed to order the 3-pack in order to get his great sword. I gave him a King Grayskull cape that has a fur pelt, and as you can see here, I also gave him some chains. These chains here are from Medieval Spawn 2 as well. It's chains with skulls strapped to the bottom of them, and they just dangle, like just crisscross them across his waist, and now they're just dangling there. Really cool. So that worked out really well, and you can see the King Grayskull cape tabs. I just got it coming down his neck like that. Very, very cool. And yeah, I had a little bit of a problem at the beginning of this because I live in New York, and they gave me the FedEx tracking number, and next thing I knew, my package said it was delivered. So I was super excited. I got home and I was like, oh wait, there's no delivery. So when I checked the tracking, it turned out they delivered it to a house in Texas. Man, I freaked out, but I was like, let me not cause a big stink about this. I sent in an email to find out what happened. They didn't answer me for like 2 weeks, and then finally they answered me, and then it turned out that they just gave me the wrong tracking information, thank God. So I did finally get him in, and I could not be happier. And he's fantastic. I think they really went above and beyond with this figure to give it the best of both worlds. The modern McFarlane articulation, the vintage McFarlane paint finishes. All right, so if you enjoyed this look at the Medieval Spawn Kickstarter, and if you feel that I've earned it, please give me a like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye now.